How's it going, everybody? I'm back with another project video. You can see I have a boat here. This is a 1969 Renken boat. I'm not quite sure what the model is, but I'm pretty sure it's called a tri-hull because of this sitting area here. It has a 55 horsepower Evinrude Triumph motor, and I got this as a project because you can see it's kind of beat up a little bit. I do believe the engine still runs. The guy I bought it from turned it over, didn't fire it up because it doesn't have a gas tank and we didn't have it in a bucket of water. So, but we still believe it runs. The floor is completely beat up. We are going to completely remove this today and possibly put in a new floor. We're just going to fiberglass over the whole thing to put down some, half-inch marine plywood once we rip all this up, because it has 3 rails running along. And just put new ones in and fiberglass over the whole thing and paint it some other color. There's a couple other things missing. I believe a glove box or something along those lines goes right there. The key switch is down and it's wired wrong, but that's only 6 wires, so that's not very hard. But everything seems fine, fixable. The paint is kind of iffy too. We're gonna sand that all down and paint it, fill some chip holes here and there, but other than that, it's not in terrible condition. There's no fiberglass problems on the whole boat. But today I'm probably just gonna tear out the floor and replace it and take off some of these accessories because we are gonna get ready for paint pretty soon. I mean, it's not gonna be too long. I mean, boats don't take that long to do. We probably will also pull the motor because that's not gonna be too hard, and we'll just put it over on the bench. So that's probably all we're going to do today. So I'm going to start by just clearing everything out of here and getting ready to demo the floor out. Okay, so I started taking out the flooring, but it is so rotted and kind of disgusting, and I think it'd be a lot easier if I just can make some cuts along the edge and just kind of set in a piece of plywood instead of just trying to tear it out and then make the cut. I think if I just make the cut first and then clean it up, it'll be a lot better. Won't be quiet. I'm going to get the saw and I'm going to do that. Okay, so we put down our first layer of fiberglass. This was our first time doing it, so we understand the mistakes we have made. We started out on the edges and we tacked down the edges, but we didn't really pull it super tight. That's why we got all these wrinkles and stuff and bubbles, and it just doesn't look very good. But our plan is we're gonna get the fiberglass Bondo and kind of just do a skim coat over the whole thing. Make it nice and smooth, sand it back down, and then put the resin back over it and harden it up again. At least that's our plan to start with. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's Bondo, so we can always sand it off if it doesn't work. It did dry up very nicely. It does have some dirt in it, but I think that can get covered up by the Bondo, and we can also sand those out too and kind of make it smoother if it doesn't work out like that. We did take out the motor and some other components like the sidewalls. I don't remember anything else that was in here, but we are gonna leave the steering rack right there because I believe it has power steering, because those wires did go to the steering wheel, and that is like a cable line though. So I don't know how it works, but we're just gonna leave that in here and tape it up if we need to and we paint it. The last things I'm going to do for today, I'm just going to take off all the chrome pieces and the lights and other stuff. So I'll be back when I get all that stuff done. Alright guys, so I took off the windshield and the front rails. I'm leaving these things on because they're bigger nuts and I don't know, I didn't really want to take them off, I guess. They'll probably come off eventually. These things cannot, because they're riveted in. I'm going to have to drill those out, and I figure that's going to take a little bit of time. I think that's to hang I don't know if it's to hang a canopy or just to strap down a cover for this. But those are staying on. Windshield and everything else is off. You can see them hanging right there. That light I couldn't take out because it has the wire, and I couldn't take out the wire. So it's just staying there. I'll tape it up whenever I paint. And I'm gonna leave, I'll take off the gauge clusters, but I'm gonna leave the steering wheel because I don't think that needs to come off. But that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you have any comments, put them down below. I'm new at this, so if anybody has any good suggestions or bad suggestions, I mean, or just any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe, and see you next time.